Hello and welcome to episode 47 of my Endwalker playthrough. Yes, we are in an in-room. There's a reason for that. We'll get to that. So my plan today, it is Friday 17th of December. I'm hoping to get the game finished today. I'm expecting the dungeon to be coming up relatively soon. So what I want to do is I'm going to try and end an episode at the entrance to that dungeon. And then the following episode will be the finale, because there's going to be a dungeon, then a trial, then a metric crap ton of cutscreens. So I want to get all of those into one nice, large, chunky episode. I have 500 gigabytes of storage space left on the drive. I may end up having to shift files around to be able to make room, because that's unprocessed video that's sitting on or my recording drive. The last 8 episodes that haven't been processed yet. But the practical upshot is, if we do end today, then I can actually take a decent amount of time reviewing the videos and trying to make sure that everything is alright, rather than trying to speed through them to just be able to have the storage space to keep playing the story. Shouldn't be an issue when we get to Monster Hunter Rise though, because I'm not going to be going as ham on that as I want to be on this. But we're almost there. So why are we in an in-room? Well, because as we ended last episode, I believe I made note that the music has changed. And I want to go over and shut my mouth while I go get to the quest. Fools. All of them. Fools. Amidst the sadness of Alphino's countenance, there is a newfound determination. The crystalline path. Gra has paved for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on, for our friends, and all who await us in the faith. So come, let us seek the path's beginning, and begin, it appears to be near the outpost. I won't let it break me, don't you worry. I never have. I never will. Look, Nathan, the portal has opened. It will surely deliver us true. It must. Look up, Nathan. It's as though the stars are being devoured by the dead sun. And that's where we're heading, into the maw of darkness. Well, here is where the path begins, and it ascends a dizzying height. Let us make our way, one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far, their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Oh. Thancred would scout the road ahead. Ustola and Uriange would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Graha would join in their discussion, or else chat with me and Alizé about the mission. Estinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. And while you would come and go, wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footsteps, my heartbeat. It's so much quieter now. But the fact we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are, aren't they? We'll be able to see it if there's one up there. There is one up there. But again, I forgot to... We can't put use our mounts. The innumerable lights that shine in the distance, to think that they all could have birthed civilizations, to think that everything they built has gone to dust, their people lost to despair, of the stars floating in the sea of midnight, ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their end, with you and Alizé beside me, there's nothing I fear, no ocean so vast I could not or I cannot cross. These broken stars I see, shattered, ruptured, unravelled, I wonder if they are worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with a sorrow I cannot describe, a truth I cannot deny. Birth and death, whence we came and whence we will return, a wheel from which there is no escape. Magic, let them run on the air. The portal is barely visible from up here. Truly, we have come far, much further than we would have been possible had we been chasing the perfect ideals as we did in the past. And it's because we have knowledge, have known failure and frustration, that we have learned and grown from them. That Hydaelyn has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of the other life that fades away. And that would be the happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it. No. I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. This is very the walk until the end, which makes me wonder whether or not this episode is going to be ridiculously short, and I will have to chop this into my last video. Fortunately, that video has not been encoded yet, so I can still do that. Rest assured I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither can we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we are but a few steps away from journey's end. It'll be over before we know it. Oh, me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs in me. Don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone, and while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. I think they'll teleport up to me. I think it's okay. I think. Nope, they're stuck down there. Guys. Well, this is unfortunate. This is actually a bug. I can't get down to them to get them to come up to me. And if I go too far away, I will have to go back to pick them up again. God damn it. I didn't lose sight of them. They teleported through the terrain because they was trying to walk on air. To be fair, I was the one trying to make them walk on air. It was my fault. I'll take responsibility. Well, this is it, the end of the path, and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardship. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet, come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved, and in how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for and dying for, as they did. There is some structure up ahead. There's still a ways before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same, and for you most of all. Not that you, of all people, need it. It's just, after all the help you've given me, for once, I want to be the one to help you. What are these things? They look vaguely Emiratian, but their scale is off, theoretically. That said, I don't think this is Emiratian. This is almost... normal? It's not unlike many of the cities we know, but it's definitely quiet. It's not a city I recognize, though. Or a style from a civilization that we know. Mayhaps the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both counts. There's simply no one here. Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star, which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None lived to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. You think you've caught me? This form is barely a drop in the ocean that swells within the dead sun. Even so, I could easily unmake you. You are only still alive because of your comrades, but they can't protect you forever. Until they fade away, I'll satisfy myself with watching you try, and fail, to find a way out of this lifeless place. What if Meteon says is true? What are we supposed to do? If there is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? One way or another, we must find the way forward. Let us make it through this. Let us make a thorough search of the city. You are not alone. I'm looking for a quest that is called Endwalker. If Alice is discouraged, she betrays not a hint of it. Whatever Meteons may have said, we should confirm with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take long to cover the area. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. That looks like a door and a bunch of letterboxes. That is a door and a bunch of letterboxes. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups not moments ago. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the story. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose few sitting on the counter. Vessels for beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. The Rapture. Everyone just up and vanished instantaneously. What you found, Alize? This looks like part of a building for something. I'm trying to see if there was any way to reach the nearby aisles, just in case Meteon was bluffing. Last one's around the back of the building. In the distance, you glimpse Alize picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no sign of life. If anyone can hear me, say something. Your echo, or your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. Though set slightly off the ground, it appears to be a door, while the object to the left could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. Nathan, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could reach, or we could take it just beneath the dead sun. To there, I presume. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same thing. Cups left alone on the table, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We searched enough for now. Let's find Alpha Note and compare what we've learned. What would be really, really cool, but I don't know whether or not they've actually done, is if this area... Yeah, they haven't done, I can see someone else. If this area was designed in such a way that other players weren't visible here. Because obviously the silence and just the emptiness is what they're going for. So having other players around kind of breaks that. If they could have made it so that this area was not so much an instance, it just stopped rendering other players temporarily, that would have added to the effect so much better.
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteion seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin.
Meteion.
And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
I promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even him. Why must he be the one? Why must he fight alone? More than a hero. He's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave him a new one. For instance, a path where he finds happiness at Journey's End. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
She doesn't want to say bye. Or she doesn't want to say words that could be considered as goodbye.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters, as did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream.
You underestimate fear, or fear's effect on other emotions.
It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift. To spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Atheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
Earlier, in Old Charlian.
Please. Please. Oh, please let them all be safe. Kryl? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
Who is this? Xenos. I was trying to think who could elate that kind of reaction. It has to be Xenos. I figured he must still have a part to play, but what? In this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. Unable to execute actions due to certain area restrictions. Endwalker. Walking along till journey's end.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Hydothalus. No, not quite.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
Horchifaunt.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
For Dola?
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way. We will never abandon.
Oh. It rings a bell, but I can't place it.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and
Carne Senna.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize...
Barn.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends.
Oh wait, no, we got it wrong. That was Carne Serna. The other one was the Sultanate. Nanamo.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample to shed.
Yeah?
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise.
Can't place that one.
A future shaped by the choices we made.
That rings a bell, but again, I can't place it. I think it's from Dragonsong War. I think it's the leader of House Fortem.
yet miracles do happen. So let us...
Look.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Vegan.
Strong art thou, mortal.
I have to. No, that's Vitra. That was Vitra who said that.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Was that Vanara? Or Hydaelyn specifically?
Let's finish this.
Ardbert.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest. I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris. struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You've suffered enough.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with...
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the world.
You must triumph. Be safe, all of you, and come back.
I am ever grateful. Came to appreciate most about our stars, that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years.
Is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I won't forsake our cause.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Why question, question, question? As if we don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious?
He says it just so casually.
Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vanar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. you will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris, past and present. As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path. What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal. Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
Elpis flowers.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
There goes the last of Hydaelyn's magic.
May you ever walk in the light.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Aetheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
Come with us, Meteon.
Can you hear me? The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
So it seems.
You're leaving?
They're dead.
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
There's many more adventures for you, my friend.
The fabled golden cities of the New World. The sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles. What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs? I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much. I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
let's have a word with everyone. As different and mysterious as the ancients may be, they were people not unlike us. The first people to fall and feel pain, and the first forced to find a way to rise again. From them we have come, and in our pain and suffering we are connected. I can't claim I fully understood the workings of this place. But in that moment, I knew what I needed to do. I felt it was the right time to offer up this life that I own, that I could risk it all on a wager and that the rest you would manage without me. Full glad am I to see that I was right. No need to explain. I have a rough idea of what happened while I was gone. It was a strange feeling, as though I was struggling in pitch-black sea. A powerful tide was trying to wash me away, one that churned with hatred and envy for life, and it was all I could do to swim against it. Then suddenly, I was here. It felt long and short at the same time, hazy as a dream, but through it all, one thing was crystal clear. You fought with all your being to keep our hopes alive. For all the lives upon the stars whose light hath been extinguished, for the ancients who went before us, I offer a solemn prayer. To go and see all those places, and more, Ep47 has given you quite a task. Sufficient to say, I should be glad to assist you, once we have returned together, triumphant of course. It is my fervent hope that our ancient friends will find a new beginning, they and all of their brethren who have returned to the Astral Sea. For that to come to pass, we must succeed. We must avert the final days and save Aetheris. I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. We will see this trial triumphant's conclusion, and bid the final curtain fall. Let us usher in an ending worthy of the grandest ovation, one that will give all Aetheris cause to raise their voice in celebration. There's Endwalker. So, we're going to call it there, with this blue orb behind us. Thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed the show. Next episode will be the finale. It will be 2 hours long at least, I am calling it now. It may be longer, it will be as long as it needs to be, but it will be the last episode. So thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed the show, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheerio.